People are coming in. I can see that.
Perfect. Yeah.
19.
Probably finishing a day of work and then coming here to listen to us.
Yeah. I hope they don't get bored.
Bored.
Tired,
Yeah.
because this is not boring, I can tell you.
Perfect. So I'm just sharing the screen again. Perfect. 2 minutes. Yes, just again for people that are entering now, we have a little PowerPoint presentation, okay, to support us and to show you some graphs, also to be more attractive for you during this time. And we are going to send it to you by email after it. So any point that you might see in the slide that is interesting for you, don't have it to write it down because you'll have the full presentation, as well as my contact details and FAWs. Okay, so if you want to send us an email after about some things that you saw on the webinar, feel free to do it.
Yeah. So, learner, I suggest that we wait only 1 minute and let's start.
Yeah, let's do it.
We can start at 5.
Yeah. Fact, also to introduce a little bit, Fawez and we are working on the growth theme of Sportmadness. Fortunately, these few past weeks we had very good news. We are starting in new countries, growing our network that is going to help us to win bigger projects, to invest more in our product, in our know-how, and to become really the global leader in the industry of the sports, of the organization of sport events and also academies.
Perfect.
Okay, perfect. So should I start?
Let's start. That's it. We wait 5 minutes. I think
That's enough.
that's enough.
Perfect. So everyone, if you have any question, please send it to the chat in the meantime, or at the end. We are going to stay here the time that we need to answer to all of your questions. Okay? Perfect. So let's use very good these 30 minutes, okay, to talk about and to discuss a little bit about the sports industry and also entrepreneurship. As I mentioned, Fawez and I, we are here and we are very proud to say that we are working for Sportmadness, but we are passionate also about sports and we want to do like analysis of the market that we are working. So to see the popularity of the sports activities. We also want to discuss the challenges that now people are having to enter and to have a career in this industry. We can see some options to do it, and this might be by starting your own business. At the end, would like to introduce you and to get you to know what is Sportmadness about, and finally explain you how you can become one of our next success story. Okay.
Perfect. So, hi everyone. My name is Fawez, as Leonor said, and I'm really excited to be here to talk to you about this amazing industry that you are passionate about. And the first point, as Leonor said, that we will be discussing is the growing popularity of the sports activities. So we can see here, according to the European Commission, that there were an estimated 147 million people participating in sports activities in Europe in 2021. We can see here from the graph that the countries and their respective numbers of participation. But also, if we have the full graph, we can see that all the countries in Europe have high participation rate in the sports activities, and that led to also the big investments of governments and municipalities in this sports industry. So in 2022, we can see that there is 16.7 billion euro were invested in the sports sector. And these investments are growing year by year by an average of 5%. And we can see the areas that are being invested from these municipalities in this graph, like the facilities, the programs, the sports events and other the research and development also of this sector. And the most popular sports that we can see in Europe, so there is the basic one, which are the football, cycling, swimming, and tennis. But also we are witnessing a new sports or new interest in the already existing sports that are growing and represent a good opportunity for newcomers such as paddle, skate, roller, MMA, etc. And this is a good way for new people who wants to start in this industry and unsaturated market.
Yeah, I think
And
the also the interesting point here is to see that it's not one or two countries that this
of course,
investment and also the popularity of sports, but it's extended to the whole Europe and
yeah.
also the rest of the world.
Yeah,
So
so actually this graph, it's if we have the full graph, we will see mainly all the European countries, they have a high participation numbers of these type of activities. And these activities, let's go next slide, please, Leonor. Yes. So this growing popularity are driven by several reasons, and we will list here three ones. So the first one, which is the increasing focus on health and fitness. So in recent years, and especially after the recent events of COVID, etc., so there has been a growing awareness of the importance of maintaining good health and fitness. So people are becoming more and more conscious of the benefits of living a healthy lifestyle, and engaging in sports is the excellent way to do that. And this also we can see the growing popularity of social sports. So social sports are a great way to meet new friends, new people, make friends while staying active. So they offer a fun and relaxed environment where individuals can participate in sports without feeling the pressure to perform at a high level. Also, one very important reason for this growth also is the increasing availability of sports facilities, equipment, and practice of outdoors. So as we saw in the previous slide, this investment from these communities and municipalities that led to the growth of the availability of the sports facilities. So this made it easier for people of all ages, fitness levels, and financial situations to participate in these sports, outdoor sports, and indoor sports. And all of these reasons are making the sports industry basically more and more attractive, as we said. And people are not only interested in participating in the sports activities, but also nowadays they want to work in this industry and they want to make a living from it. So now we'll move on to talk about some of the challenges of of working in this industry and having a career in the sports industry. The first challenge is as the competition, let's say. So this industry is so competitive is because it's so attractive. So a lot of people are interested in working in it, and we can see that the number of people who did their MBA students, for example, in 2022, there are 2,500 students enrolled in sports management MBA. And we're not talking about the certificate or the bachelor. We're talking only about the 2,000 the MBA students. So we can see here that this industry is very competitive. Also, on top of that, there is limited job positions. Um, so there is not enough jobs to go around, which means that you need to be very, very lucky to get a job in this industry and also well connected. On top of that, there is the low salaries because many people are willing to work in this industry that they are passionate about. So they're willing to work for less money, and that creates this low demand in position and a huge offer in talent. So basically low salaries, and at the end high demands or requirements. So this industry it demands or requires a lot of work, long hours, including weekends, holidays, also a very high travel frequency, which can be difficult to balance with a personal life, especially if, with a low salary. So it's very challenging to have it. But now let's move on to some of the solution. What?
Let's talk about the good news. Also, we saw the challenges,
Yeah,
and now we
actually,
see
yeah.
some
So
solutions.
yeah, let's talk about solution. That was a lot of challenges. I'm a positive guy, so let's talk about the positive things.
Perfect.
We will show right now some of the options that you can have to in order to be involved in this industry, and this will be under the umbrella of starting your own business and being your own boss and to contribute to this industry. There are here many options as you can see. The first one will be to open a gym. If it can be a good option if you have the capital to start or the investment to start investing in the facility, etc. But we can see that this requires a high investment, and also the return from choosing this option can take several years to build a customer base and achieve profitability and get your return on investment. There is another option, which is a football academy. So this is a good option if you're passionate about this sport and you want to help young players, for example, to improve their skills, etc. You can choose this type of activity. But we can see here that there are also some limitation, for example, the limited portfolio, the lack of freedom. So football academies may not have the freedom to develop new activities or programs for their participant. And also there are many established football academies. So there is a lot of competition, especially with the famous professional academies of football clubs. The next option will be the events agency. This is a good option if you like to organize events. You see the impact of these events directly on end customers. It can be a very rewarding business, but also it comes with some challenges, which are the high workload. Events agency can be a lot of work. You're required to develop, manage, execute the events from scratch. You have to have some experience in the different aspects, the operations, marketing, HR, etc. But also on the other hand, fortunately, this industry is growing rapidly. There are a lot of opportunities with the new type of sports that we talked about also earlier, like the new ones, like the paddle, the skate, the roller, etc. And also the need for expertise, which is a very important thing. So you need to have the right experience to organize these events. And now there is also now I think it's a good time to see a real example of someone who did all of that. Someone who was in the same spot as you. He wants to start his own business in this industry that he loves, and with knowing very well the growth in the market by several reasons that we mentioned, like the high investment of the municipalities in the sector, knowing the need to professionalize also the amateur sports sector and the limited number of opportunities. The CEO of Sport Madness created his company, which is Sport Madness. Sport Madness is a company with franchising model that allow the franchisee to be the managers of many sports events and academies in their area of residence. And let me start by just defining a franchise, or in just in one sentence. Franchise is a business model in which a franchisor, the owner of the brand, grants a franchisee, who is the owner of the business, the rights to use the brand, the products, the services in a specific location to help them in everything and help them and support them to have a successful business. So as we can see here, our franchisees organize all kind of sporting events and manage sports academies. They have access to tools that also Leonor will mention them in a minute. So these tools will help them to offer more than 100 sports services, where we seek excellence and the best experience for all participating users. So in summary, these events can be the type of services can be events or academies. They can be paddle tournaments, football leagues, marathon, etc., or football academies, football camps. And these services can be provided to different type of clients as well. As we can see here, there is the end customers, companies, NGOs, public administrations. Also, they're trying more and more to look for companies to help them organize events, since they are investing these amounts that we talked about earlier. And now I think it's a good time to move to the characteristics of this franchise model on the Sport Madness franchise. And we can see the first point, which is the low cost and the low risk also. So there is no need for facilities that can save you money or rent. What do we mean by that? So starting with Sport Madness, you will not need to invest in an office or a facility. So we can think about some examples like Uber or Airbnb that are using the people's assets to make business. That's what we do at the Sport Madness. You can use the facilities that are already built by the municipalities or that are privately owned. You can use them to organize your events by renting them or seeking partnership of the owners of these facilities. So next, we can see the faster growth. So businesses that don't need facilities, you can scale much quicker, and you don't need to wait for the new facilities to be built, and you don't have that also money being invested in the facility, so you can scale quicker. Another characteristics, which is the freedom and flexibility. So you can explore all the portfolio that we mentioned, all of these events, more than 100 events. And you can replicate them in your countries and develop new ones. Also, if you need, if there is a specific event or sport that is popular in your country, we can help you to start from scratch to organize this event. And the final point for me, which is the low risk. So as mentioned here, the slide, we have a close-knit community that we call the Sport Madness family. So for that reason, there is no point of having people who are not interested in working with us to work with us. So there is no penalties to leave the franchise if you want to leave. We're only looking for people who wants to succeed and make also our brand more successful and to grow together, basically. And now I will leave the word to my colleague Leonor to talk to you about the value proposition.
Thank you, Fawaz, for your explanation. I saw there is already one question. We are going to leave it to the end. Okay, so as Fawaz was mentioning, Sport Madness, we try to be a very complete company and to support you on everything that our franchisees need. Okay, so usually say that our value proposition is divided into 5 pillars. So best practices, training, brand, technology, and advisory. I'll start with the best practices. That is also can be called our product, let's say, and we count with the amazing help of our franchisees that are really a community. So basically, the product that we provide to everyone is success stories. For example, a very good paddle tournament that we did in Madrid. We can replicate this in Milan. We can do this in London, in Paris, in Lisbon. And we are going to help our franchisees to do it and how. So we have three documents that are very important for this to happen. The first one is a commercial proposal, the template. So you can be very fast talking to your clients locally. We have these documents which will inspire you to prepare your commercial proposal for your client, and you are going to be so much faster than your competence if you had to start the commercial proposal from zero. Also, we have the business plan with the correct pricing of profit and profitability of each service. This will allow you to know the different incomes, costs, and profitability of the service. Again, you just have to download this from our internet and adapt it to your own market. But it's going to give you a very good perspective beforehand and to go faster. And the third document, let's say, that I would like to speak about is our project management tool that will allow you to guarantee the service and the quality of your services. Okay, planning is very important in our sector. And with this project management tool, you are going to have the whole overview of all the tasks that you need to do to have this event live. And it can also work as a checklist. Okay, when you complete one task, you can tick the box and you know that it's done. After, I would like to mention our training platform. So it's our second pillar. And at Sportmadness, we developed a platform where we have hundreds of hours of trainings with different videos that are fully adapted to the Sportmadness business and to the needs of our franchisees. We all know that nowadays we live in a very fast-paced environment and we need to keep up to date to the new trends that are happening. And in this platform, you'll find videos covering topics such as marketing, management, finances, human resources, and everything that you need to make your business successful. Just to give you a little example, this week our team was working on a video training on how to hire an employee for your franchise, but it's not an employee that it's not a general employee. Okay, we gave examples if you need to hire a football coach for an academy, or if you need to hire a person to help you to develop the growth of your franchise, to help you in the sales part, in the marketing, etc. Perfect. The third pillar that I'd like to mention is the technology. Okay, you have here a picture of our SharePoint, and it's from here that all the franchisees work every day. Okay, we have different tools that allow them to be much more productive and to focus on the important part, that is to have high quality services and to have their clients happy. So for example, you'll have available a CRM, which allow you to keep all of your business information up to date and keep tracking of your opportunities to see how you can improve them and to increase your chances of winning. Also, you'll have a billing platform, which allow you to invoice your services and keeping your company's financial management up to date. And finally, a ticketing platform where you can sell your tickets online for your events. Okay, I can buy a Sportmadness service from my mobile phone. This money goes straight to our franchisee. So this is a very important tool that we give to our franchisees to start billing as soon as they join as they start with us. Now I'd like to talk about our brand. Okay, so we are going to support yourself with a leading brand with a strong and global presence worldwide. Apart from having our website and our social media that is managed internally. Okay, so we have our team that works very good on creating very good social media posts, to do reels, to have good pictures. Also, we have our website that is very good position on Google. And you have our marketing materials, you have a corporative email, you have everything related to our brand. I mentioned before our website and the position of it. I would like to tell you that every week we have the objective to write an article related to the sports industry. For example, how to organize a tournament, how to do a beach tennis academy, how to help the municipalities to use the funds that they have on sports activities. And these articles are worked internally to be on the first, second, third position on Google and to help to generate business leads for our franchisees. So if a company that wants to do a corporative event and they get into touch with us to know a budget of a race, okay, we can talk to them, explain the project, and then deliver it to our franchisees to help them to have business. It's the best thing that we can provide to our franchisees is business. And finally, I'd like to talk about the advisory part, where from day one, from your initial training, that is something that is booked, adapted to your schedule and needs, you'll have the operations team at your disposal to help you to have a successful business. Okay, so anything that you do, anything that you need help, you don't have to talk to third parties. You can talk to us with your success manager, a person that is experienced and is working with several franchisees, that everyone has the same problems, the same doubt, is working in the same projects, for example. And also in the first weeks of you as a Sportmadness franchisee will be used to do the action plan, okay, to see where are the opportunities in your region, to set up short, medium, and long-term plan. Overall, I'd like to mention that our brand is growing a lot, our visibility, and help us a lot to attract talent for the company. Talent for the headquarters, where we are 15 people with different nationalities, different backgrounds, working to improve the product itself, and also the franchisees, okay? It's very attractive if you are Sportmadness Milan, let's say, and you need to hire an academy coach. If you put our brand, you'll see that you will generate more interest and you have more people wanting to talk to you. Perfect. I think nothing better than also see some real cases. Okay, I have here Ruben, Edward, and also David that are currently Sportmadness franchisees. They have here some interesting quotes. For example, Ruben that says that with lots of effort, he could create a profession that he's passionate about. Edward seems very happy to be the master of his time. And David Palombo also mentioned here the autonomy that he always wanted to have. Okay, so you don't need to work from 9 to 6 or anything like that. You are the owner of your own business. You have the freedom to work on the projects that you want and everything related to the sports. I also left here our LinkedIn page because we have very interesting video about Ruben's story to start as a Sportmadness franchisee. Also, in our LinkedIn, we are every week posting events that our franchisees are doing. Also, you can see the people that are working for our company, and might be interesting for you to have a look at it. Perfect. So finally, I would like just to tell you that we are very happy to have all of you in this webinar, and not we don't want to see you just today. If you are interested, you can book a phone call with us through this link. Okay, it's super easy. We can talk for 10 minutes to clarify some questions that you have. And to mention that this can be a very good opportunity because it's a low-cost investment compared to other franchise opportunities to work in the sports industry. And if from this call we see that you are interested to know more, we can book a new meeting, a demo session where we are going to explore into detail the details of our model. We can see into practice how we are going to help you. You can also see how is the day-to-day of our franchisees, etc. And if you, after the demo, are interested to definitely take this step and start your own business, you can do it with Sportmadness. The initial investment starts from 13,000 euros, and this amount depends of the country. Currently, we are present in Europe, also in Latin America, and we want to be the global leader. So if you are interested to know how much could be in your country, just get into touch with us and we will clarify everything. And after the contract signed, also the payment done, you are ready to start your initial training to be and to belong to our community, to be a success story. And for sure, we are going to try to help you to have a business that will allow you to have stability for you, for your family, and also to enjoy your day-to-day life. So thank you very much for your time again. I left here Fawez and my contact details. Feel free to contact us. Fawez has a British UK number, and I do have a Portuguese, but both of us, we have WhatsApp. So if it's easier for you to contact us this way, do it. Okay, I'm just going maybe to stop sharing my screen and see if there are any questions for now, if anyone is brave enough to ask us something.
We can start
Perfect.
by the
Yeah.
question in the chat. You can
Yeah.
start by
I'm just
that.
maybe stop here recording because maybe it's gonna
Okay.
be